All right, guys, how's it going? Me Santa hat's over there. You don't mind if I don't put it on for this video, do you? Because I can't be asked to, like, wheel over there and then wheel all the way back. You know what I'm saying? I have recorded a Cop Talk podcast episode for you today. It's completely free. You can subscribe free. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you've got Pocket Cast, which is a free app you can download on your phone, just search Liverpool FC, Cop Talk. And Dunk Knows Best is another podcast of mine as well. And in the podcast, if you go to the front page of coptalk.com, www.coptalk.com, it says as follows, podcast, there you go, do you see that? Trent Alexander-Arnold madness and Liverpool's interest in Alphonso Davies, which I don't believe in, by the way. That was a claim that was made by The Athletic, and I was speaking about it in the podcast. It's 32 minutes long. In that episode, I talk about the article that came out from Relevo in the last 24 hours about Trent. I didn't want to embarrass myself by talking to you about that article. It's a Spanish support, a Real Madrid supporting journalist working for Relevo, which is based in Madrid, which is owned by one of the biggest media companies in the country, which is headquartered in Madrid. So a lot of Madrid influence. You could say, well, maybe they know what's going on, or you could say, well, maybe it's Real Madrid propaganda or whatever. And the article, there is nothing new in the article. Absolutely every single claim that is in the article, I have gone over with you in my Spanish football dailies reviews with you that I do every day, right? That's not because I'm a genius and I know everything, but I'm telling you what's been reported here. And that journalist is basically telling you in that article what I've already told you, what other journalists have said, right? So there's nothing new in that article. And people are losing their shit over it, right? He's called Roger P., the journalist. We spoke about him in the summer. He was doing a lot of the Vubamendi stuff. Some was right, some was wrong. Typical journalist, right? I wouldn't pay any attention to it personally, but people are losing their shit over that article because there's a bit in it where it says Liverpool are trying to convince Trent to stay. In other words, reject Real Madrid. But if you were to reword that differently and put Liverpool are doing all they can to retain the services of Trent, you wouldn't be as angry because the word convince isn't being in there. But because it says convince, people are losing their shit. You shouldn't need to be convinced to stay at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Right? So I wouldn't pay any attention to that article. I didn't want to touch on it. I've spoke about it more on the podcast, I think. I wouldn't concern yourself with it, right? I have, my opinion is as follows. My opinions, I have the right to change my mind each day based on different news and what people are saying, right? The player himself might be going, no, I can't do it. Yeah, I can. No, I can't. Yeah. So, of course, you're always going to get people with different reporting or different opinions, different analysis, right? I've always thought that all three players would re-sign their contracts, right? I've always thought that all three players would re-sign. But I always put that little asterisk with Trent, the little disclaimer, we've got to treat that one a little bit differently. And basically, what I've always thought with that is Trent signs if Real Madrid don't come in for him, right? Like I always wanted to. Someone's text messaging me, right? And whoever it is, I'm going to, seriously, all I can hear is my phone vibrating in the background, right? It's doing my head in, right? People messaging me about absolutely fucking nothing. Anyway, can you tell I'm tired, right? So my opinion has always been that if Real Madrid don't come in, he absolutely signs, he's not going to go anywhere else. I always wanted to, it was never in doubt, he was always going to stay with us, right? I was told in the summer that he wanted, in his camp, wanting to drag it out as long as they could into the year to see if Real Madrid came in. So he had the option, and then it'd be difficult. Could he do it? People advising him to do it, blah, blah, blah. Do it, don't do it, and all that, and he'd find it difficult. And I was always of the opinion he just wanted the option. Now, recently, my opinion changed. You might not be aware of that because I retained that opinion for the members' website and my channel members on here for the simple reason if I do a video about why I've changed my mind, people, I'm arguing with 15-year-olds and I ain't got the patience for it. Do you know what I mean? And my opinion changed slightly. And I'm not going to go into it all because I'm sick of talking about it. But what I think is previously, if Real Madrid came in, I think Trent just wanted that option, right? It would help with negotiations. He has the option of joining this glamorous club. You know, I know it's not Liverpool, whatever, but it's still a glamorous club. Recently, my opinion changed to, and this is my opinion now, is that if Real Madrid come in for him, if they come in for him, he goes. Not he wants the option. I think in his mindset, he goes. And I've had that opinion since whenever. I don't know when it was. I'm sure someone can tell you in the comment section when I made that video, or you'll see it yourself. There'll be a preview about it or something. You do not need to access that video to see it. There's nothing exciting in it. It's just me explaining why I changed my opinion. And that's it, right? That's it. I don't know if this video even makes sense. I'm too tired. I've got a lot to do. And I'm sick of talking about it. Why are you talking about it then? Because people keep messaging me saying, what do you think about this? You know, the Relevo article, whatever they're fucking called, there's nothing new in it. All right? If there was something I thought was important for you, I would tell you. All right? I don't think there is. There's nothing new in it. But the Trent situation, I think if Real Madrid come in for him, he goes. A couple of weeks ago, I'd have said, don't know, right? I just think it's just, and that's based on just different things, okay? And what did I say to you about Real Madrid coming in for him? It's all to do with their results. The crisis, right? When we were reading about the crisis all the time, they're more likely to do something, right? And possibly even in January. But the media, as you will know if you follow my videos, have been saying Perez doesn't like to do business. We know this anyway. Perez doesn't like to do business in January, in the winter window. I don't think he's done anything for 5 years, 6 seasons, or something, 5 or 6 seasons. He would rather wait until the summer, but he recently said, you know, that at the assembly, that if they have to do something in January, then they would, but it would have to be on the cheap. But if they could have decent results through that winter period, for the Christmas period, for example, then if Trent was to leave and they were going to try and sign him, then it would more likely be the summer. You know, there's content creators, so-called content creators on social media saying, oh, it looks like it would be the summer, not January. This is the message that's always been said because they want to do it on the free. It's all to do with the results of Real Madrid. And they've had games, or having games at the moment, every 3 days in December or in the road to Christmas. And I've been stressing this for ages. Watch the results. If Real Madrid struggled during this period, then maybe they would step up to the table and say, hey, you know, would you do business in January? But the latest from the Trent Alexander-Arnold camp from a couple of weeks ago was he wouldn't want to leave in January because that would be seen as walking out mid-season. If Liverpool implode, there'd be fucking hell on. When he comes back to the city, people will hate him. It's all his fault. So he'd rather do it in the summer, right? On a free. But then some people might go, no, what he means is he wants the Wonga for the signing on fee, right? So there's all these different things. But ultimately, the article that came from Relevo, there's nothing new in it. So I don't know why people are losing their shit. If it's just that like claim of Liverpool are trying to convince him to stay, well, change the translation to Liverpool are doing everything they can to retain him, and it doesn't sound like, it just sounds like normal, right? Yeah, and convincing retaining, yeah, but it just sounds a bit more prickly, saying that like trying to convince him, you know? Don't worry, all right? Don't worry. And at the end of the day, right, if Real Madrid come in for him, if they come in for him, right, and a lot of people think that they're going to, and he wants to go, let him fucking go. I'm happy with Bradley. It's fine, all right? If Real Madrid choose not to come in for him and their results continue to work out well, and he recommits, then we'll all believe that he never ever thought about it, won't we? Yeah? Don't worry about it, guys. So I know some of you are getting stressed out by it. You know what I mean? Listen, I'll be doing my Spanish paper reviews in the morning. Let's see what the fuckers have got to say then, right? We don't take what they say as gospel, but it enables me to tell you how much chatter there is. And everything in that Relevo article is already out there, all right? But I just want to add that I did have a little change recently with my opinions about it. So I've gone from, he wants the option, he'd consider it, to he would go. So there's a little change there, all right? Okay, I'll leave it with you. Listen, I'm sure I spoke about this a bit more. I might have worded it differently. I don't know. It'll be on the podcast. All right, listen, I hope you're all right. I'll do me shout outs in the morning and all that as normal, all being well. Lots of people left some nice comments today, so that was good. I go to England soon, right? I'm going to go and see my family and friends and stuff like that, you know. Christmas, go and see my grandson and that. And people that have been around these parts for many years, this is my 27th year, just in case I've never mentioned that. But you might be new to my channel. 27 years I've been doing Cobb Talk, right? And there tends to be this, when I go away, things tend to happen. Usually when I'm on a fucking aeroplane, when I've got no internet and I land and there's hundreds of messages, right? So something might happen, like before Christmas, you know what I mean? But now I'm starting to sound like an ITK. I'm not giving you the eyes emoji. I'm not doing that. No, what I'm saying to you is, traditionally over years, it's sod's law that when I'm not here, shit happens, all right? So maybe that's a good thing, because Virgil's going to sign. What's the other one called? Mo Salah, can you tell I'm tired? My memory's terrible. Virgil, what's the other one? Virgil's going to sign, Mo's going to sign, and Trent is going to sign if Real Madrid don't come in for him. Keep an eye on Real Madrid's results. That dictates everything. All right? All right. Good night. God bless. Thumbs up the video if you made any fucking sense from it. Drop me a comment if you want. If you want to buy me a coffee or a beer, a fucking beer, hit the super thanks button, that little love out under the video, and I'll give you a shout out in the morning. I'm sick of hearing about it, to be honest with you. I really am. But I have to address things because there are people on here that value my opinion, all right? And I'm making the video for them people, for my friends.